Hi everyone, this is Yulianna Avdeeva. As usual on Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central European Time, we start our weekly stream, and tonight I'm very excited to move to an amazing tonality, to an amazing key, E flat minor. So I will be performing the E flat minor Prelude and Fugue from Book I, Johann Sebastian Bach. And after that, I'm delighted to have a conversation with you to share some thoughts about one of the most exciting pieces which were ever written for piano, is Gaspard de la Nuit by Maurice Ravel. And as you probably can imagine, I would like to focus on another great piece of a completely different piece in E flat minor from Gaspard de la Nuit, which is Le Gibet. Hello everyone. I hope you all had a good week, and I'm glad to see you all here. Hello Maria, hello Eric, hello Johannes, hello Marlene, hi Alex, Gianni, Accenture, mir geht's gut. Danke. Hello Rolf, Daniela, great to see you all here. Danny, great to see you. I'm doing well, thank you very much. I hope you're all doing as well. Well, so E flat minor is actually a very tragic, tragic, but on the same time nostalgic tonality. There are actually, it's rather dark. It is of a very special concentration of emotion, but it is somehow more. It's not a desperate way of expressing this very deep sadness, this mourning, but it is a very concentrated, very deep, tragical, I would even say funeral tonality. Hello Carolina, hello Marco, and hello Haihong and Annelies, and yes, Marlene again. Hi Giovanna. So the E flat minor Prelude and Fugue, this is also a unique set. Well, first of all, because the E flat minor Prelude is absolutely unique prelude also for Bach, because it is actually, in my opinion, it is definitely a kind of recitative, or it's an aria. So it is definitely a singing, a very, very expressive way of expressing the emotions, the deep concern, deep nostalgic, lamenting, I would say, even character. And it has a kind of saraband movement, because it always remains in this it's actually, it says three halves, so it's will always I will show you later, will always have this movement, steppy movement, or maybe a heart beat, which is always there. So it's a way, it's in a way we feel that there is still life there. And the amazing thing about this is that the fugue in this book one is composed not in E flat minor, but in D sharp minor. Apparently Bach actually has written this fugue in D minor and just transposed it to D sharp minor, which is obviously easier rather than writing it down in E flat. But anyway, it is already, I think there is a certain reason why he did that, and although in some editions it will be again, as you might remember our conversation about D flat, I'm saying that C sharp major Prelude and Fugue, which was also in some editions printed in D flat. So it is, I think there is a certain meaning why Bach decided to put the fugue in D sharp minor. And also in the book too, I'm coming ahead, it's not E flat minor, it is D sharp minor. So I think that the E flat is very, very dark. It's in a way, it's very hopeless. And that's why for me the connection also with Le Gibet, it is, but the way Bach and Ravel, how different they are dealing with this, also with this mood, with this character, this is really, really absolutely amazing. Hello, Mike. Hello, Yulianna. Hello, Guido, and Alexandra and Stephen. I see Yoichi is from Japan. Good morning. Hello, Dmitry. Hello, Carla. Hello, Jomar and Gabor. Hi, it's great to see you all here. So I will not talk too much now because I would prefer to show just some really wonderful things about this set of Prelude and Fugue on the piano. Well, the D-sharp minor fugue is an amazing piece because it's quite a huge one. It's quite a big one. It's very well, it is also very classical in a way, and apparently Wagner, Richard Wagner, was somehow admired this fugue and was had a very high opinion about it. Also because it's very clear structure. Hello, Madonna. Hello to Chicago. And the Bach actually uses in this fugue. It happens very rare actually in the Well-Tempered Clavier. He also uses some transformations of the subject, where he changes the rhythm a little bit, or also uses the device of augmented subject. So it means that the subject is getting twice long. The notes are getting twice long. Hello, Hutch. Hello to Paris. And exactly, Marco, I absolutely agree that D sharp and E flat, they sound completely different, although enharmonical, because our ear is hearing the same thing, but the sharpness, the color is completely different. So the prelude, why I'm saying for me it is an aria because it is we have, or recitativo, we have this chords. It's like a harp, maybe a kind of very quiet accompaniment, and at the same time we have this it's very simple melody but very expressive. Again, with great ornamentation, with wonderful trills and different enrichments. Then it's a very dramatic piece. Sometimes the melody goes to the left hand, so it's also a dialogue. And then in the middle we have a really amazing, very dramatic things like, for instance, after this recitativo, Neapolitan chord, which is very dramatic. Or also some bars later we have the Deceptive Cadence, which means that there is no answer found yet. It's not no solution. So it's the really most dramatic, most expressive prelude, and it is actually not, for me, it's not easy to find the right tempo, because on one hand I think that it should always move like a heartbeat, that it breathes, but on another hand we need time to speak out every beautiful ornamentation, every curve in the melody, and in the fugue the subject is very special. It's quite long. So it's three parts, fugue in 3 parts, and the beginning is very, somehow it's, for me, it's somehow from the heaven. It's not something what happens now. It's a kind of very spiritual thing for me, to be honest. And this mood keeps for us, because before it's getting really, again, there is so much stretto device here in the fugue. It's where we have several voices playing the subject more or less at the same time. Now we have this, what I was talking about, this modification of the subject. We have here in the middle, in bar 25, we have the so it's the same subject but with that with dotted rhythm, so it's already even more carrying. It's very very yeah, with a great dignity, this type of subject, and this augmentation I was talking about. It's, I will show it to you in the score. It's when it gets really. So what we had in quarter notes, now we have it. I think I show you the wrong. Yeah, now I show the right thing. We have it now in much longer, in double length, double value. So this is actually a very rare case when Bach uses it. Hello Brigitte, hello Oliver and Rihanna, so Bob and Lucio. So I will just perform it for you because I think this is indeed one of the greatest and one of the most emotional, very expressive, and at the same time very pure and very hopeful prelude and fugue, despite this very dramatic mood. So E flat minor prelude, D sharp minor fugue, Book I, Johann Sebastian Bach. the E flat D sharp minor set Prelude and Fugue from Book I. Yes, a really special, very grand, very unique also in a structure, unique in the melodical way. So it's very not easy to play because of those lines in the fugue, and it is quite challenging also for concentration, but also for the voicing. It's because what I have noticed now, the 3-part fugue, of course they have this difficulties that the middle voice is always jumping between the left and right hand, and sometimes the voicing, to keep the voice, I mean, of course when the subject comes it's obvious, but to keep those jumps also between the registers, it's quite interesting. Yeah? So thank you. I'm very happy that you enjoyed this great, really amazing things, and I would like to say hello to people I didn't say hello yet, and hello Alexis, and hello Daniel, hello Marek, and Jakub. Hello, I hope you are doing well. Exactly, I agree that there is something which has some, well, I said funeral, yeah, it's something reminding on something from the past. That's what is definitely also my feeling about this key. And actually I would like to be honest and explain how I came to the other part of our stream today about Le Gibet, because of course it's very special piece, and I'm currently not really working on any Ravel piece, but it's changed also thanks to our meetings, because now I was somehow, after I was so obsessed with the E flat, really obsessed with E flat minor prelude, because it's so wonderful, it's so unique in its character somehow. Also, I think because of this B flat, of course, somehow it reminded me on the, and I couldn't resist. I had to. I wanted to have a look on Gaspard, which I didn't play since many years, but somehow it just had to made some sense to me, and that's why I thought I would be so happy to share some ideas also which I got now about this the Gibet also through the Bach, because of course Gaspard is an absolutely wonderful and unique piece for piano. This is one of the, well, Ravel himself was describing that he wanted to create a piece of transcendental virtuosity, which is of course already a kind of sentence, a statement, I would even say, which is promising. And of course, Ravel himself was a composer who respected, who admired, and also learned. That was his credo. At least that's what we know, that his credo was to learn. In order to develop yourself, you have to learn the great masters from the past, and this is indeed something very special about Ravel, because he had actually he is in a way very, for me personal, his style is in a way, it is very classical. And of course, he quite often uses, or he uses the also structured forms from the past, like, yes, pavan, or of course some menuet, or just the of course, first of all, the forms, but or the genre, let's say, and also the Gaspard is actually, just to have a look on that, it is absolutely classical. And I was thinking how different the emotions or the expression can be also expressed on the piano, which means the composers use in order to express themselves. And of course, for me, Ravel is there, and absolutely he stands. He's a really unique composer. He created his own absolutely unique language, which is absolutely fascinating, because in my opinion, Ravel is not only describing atmospheres or colors or emotions, but he's able to describe objects, particularly, of course, in things like Ondine, or first of all, in Ondine, it's different types of water, and of course, once you have also the poem. I mean, once you have the poem in front of your eyes, when it starts with the description. The story is quite the Ondine story is quite. It's the story is that the mermaid comes out from the lake and seduces a young man who is actually in love with another young girl, and so he refuses her ring and her proposal to be her husband and join him in the lake. But basically, the description of the piece is actually what it's the idea of the piece is description of different types of water. Of course, Jodot is already the preparing this in a way, but if I think it's really amazing how how Ravel managed to put let's say some nature or just description of different means of nature in music. So the lake. So we have this, as it says in the poem. It says, "Beautiful starry night at the beautiful sleeping lake." So this is the description of the lake. Then the Ondine comes, and she starts calling to this young man. She says, "Écoute, écoute," and she repeats it twice. That's why I think also Ravel is literally repeating this first motive really. So this is how it starts. This is how that's how water, the lake, sounds, and how the voice of a beautiful mermaid sounds. Then we have the description of it says here some water streams or some water waves came with the wind. So we have. This is all completely different types of reflection of water, and it feels like we would be somehow inside of this lake and enjoying this landscape, waterscape then if we're in the water, and of course also as the young man refuses the proposal of the mermaid, she's upset. She's a little bit in a way a little bit frozen, maybe. This part. And then in the poem it says she laughs and then she disappears, and the shower and the drops of water are moving down the window. That's my very free translation. But look what Ravel does out of that. see those those water drops moving down, and that's why also I think he says there sans ralentir, so no slowing down there. Basically, Ravel was a great perfectionist in his instructions in the score, in his comments in the score, but also of course in his personal appearance. And I think this is also this he was always seeking for a certain perfection. I know that Stravinsky apparently was calling him a Swiss clockmaker because of this perfection in a form, perfection in an expression. But of course, I think Daniel was commenting. The expression of Ravel also in Le Gibet is not the expression we know from Rachmaninoff or Brahms. It's not this direct, let's say, the expression of direct expression of personal feelings. Le Gibet, for instance, also in the poem, it is something really I think fascinating, because in Le Gibet we only observe the atmosphere. The entire piece is only the atmosphere, which is of course a really very dark, very indeed absolutely somber, hopeless, because in the poem as well it is actually only it is a description of a hanged man. We have in the end actually of the poem we have this indication that there are some bells ringing on the city walls, and this is how the entire piece is built on. So we don't know why this man is hanging there, what he have done. We don't know how he suffered or what happened to him. But I think this is also not important. The idea of the piece is only to be there in this moment and to observe this picture of a really absolutely disastrous moment. And so the way how Ravel builds it is that we have the bells, this B flat, which everything started from, this B flat, which is this B flat is coming throughout the entire piece. It is always there. It's for me it's also a kind of, it's also fate. It's a symbol of fate, that there is no mercy. It's always there. It's done. So the situation cannot be changed anymore. Then another element is this for me somehow it's very archaic. This element is coming also quite often. And then the third element is the melodic element, which appears in different forms. Basically, the first one is this. And Ravel is also, as I was saying, he's giving very precise indications or remarks on the dynamics. So the dynamics of Le Gibet is really between pianissimo and 3-piano, with some exceptions but this dynamics is only the bells basically should always remain in the same articulation, same sonority. This is something really obsessive. It's it's this basso ostinato principle. So it's all built around that. And some sections, with some exceptions, when the rhythm has to be changed, they're coming in syncopation. But this is a real example of, for me, it's one of the darkest pieces. There is no hope. There is no resolution in the end. There is no light. It's absolutely, it is in this certain moment, it's not, but it's not there, because the wind is there, and there is also the very beautiful description of well, the description of the sentence is not beautiful because it says the corpse of the hanged one that is reddened by the setting sun. So it is really a clear description of what is happening, and I would like to play this piece for you because I felt some certain desire to connect it with the Prelude and Fugue, and I think it's indeed a real amazing masterpiece by Ravel. So please enjoy. how in the end I see, you know, like when the movie is over, that the screen is getting black, and this is really, it disappears without giving any relief, without giving any hope. It's so but without really, I mean, you know, I hope I could somehow express it in words, that it's not a story behind this scene. It's only the observation of one certain image, and this is, I think that's really no one could compose it in a better way than Ravel did. And this is, I don't know, I'm so happy that I somehow discovered this Gaspard again. For me, and of course Carbot is famous for its difficulty, but I think that's not my main point about it. I think Carbot is, you know, the difference between all the idea for me of all three pieces is different, because Carbot is actually a perfect description of a feeling, of fear, of terrible fear, because the narrator is actually in the poem is saying he's saying about his fear of this terrible creature, which is Carbot, who appears, it's actually more also like hallucinating. It's so surreal, it's so dark, and so in the first piece we have more kind of, we're inside of the story of the Ondine. In Le Gibet we have an observation of a picture, and in the third piece, in Carbot, we are literally feeling this fear, and the means how Ravel uses it. It's really wonderful. I mean, also with things like this. This is for me personally, the maximum. But if you look what he does, he uses here. We have the chromatic line we know from Bach already. This was already a symbol of fear or some uncertainty, and here, of course, the seconds, which have to be played with thumb. Well, this is how he expresses all those things, and he literally uses. For me, it's the Carbot even is not just a very difficult piece, but it's a orchestral piece. It's a musical poetry, and every technical device which Ravel used on piano was for that purpose, to express to find the expression of the strongest feelings, and that's what makes this music so exciting. I didn't want to stay in a dark mood today, and that's why I would like to play just a very short piece also by Ravel. For him, a completely different thing. It's Minuet sur le nom Haydn, which Ravel composed. I think it was 100th anniversary of Haydn's death, and this is the Ravel which is so adorable. This is in a very light, in a very elegant, in this wonderful dancing, noble mood. So there is also a motif of Haydn in it. So this is H. He writes it in the score. So H, A, Y, D, N. So this is the motif he uses for Haydn, and I would like to play this for you now, just kind of more relaxed and beautiful piece. Sur le nom de Haydn. Very beautiful, very elegant. And yes, I also j'adore ce minuet. Yes, it's. I think we will come back to Ravel again and again because his music is, as I said, it has a absolutely unique role in the music history. Yes, and right, the harmonies are very Ravelic. Yeah, they're very specific, and it gives somehow. I have to say, this kind of music makes me feel. Sometimes it feels that I can go back in my memories to my childhood, and it's not too. It doesn't happen so easily. So this, why for me, this music is really extremely moving, and it moves some very special strings in my soul. So I will be very, very happy. Maybe we still have a couple of preludes and fugues to go, and then for sure there will be another occasion for Ravel. So thank you so much for being here. It was a great pleasure. Yes, and next week we move to a new key. Can you imagine we are moving to the E major already? This is how fast we are moving forwards. So thank you so much. Please have a good week. Keep safe. Keep healthy. Jakub, thank you very much. And also for you, please, just be well. So see you next week. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.